dinner last night because it was very interesting, and then also kind of what's going on with my food and nutrition. I think I'm having some difficulties with that. So yeah, I just decided today's the day to chat about Not Others, the K-drama on Viki, my dinner last night, which was very interesting, as well as diet and exercise, just because I don't think I'm doing it correct. Actually, I'm pretty sure I know I'm not doing it correctly. So yeah. And Not Others, I've been watching that K-drama and it's so good. I feel like it's one of the more entertaining K-dramas right now, and I'm pretty much really enjoying that K-drama. It is with Soo-young from Girls' Generation, as well as the lead guy, and he was a really evil, bad character in The Glory. And The Glory was on Netflix, and you can actually watch Not Others on Viki. And so, very fun K-drama. It's about a police station, I guess you could call it that. Oh, thank you for the likes. But this guy, I think I'm actually very interested in this K-drama because it's a pretty unique storyline. Soo-young is playing a very gritty, almost tomboyish kind of character. It's not her usual leading female character, very sweet, innocent, very cutesy. This time she's playing a tomboy. She's very much playing a police person. That's the best way that I can put it. And then the guy, which I have been really enjoying his character too. So this guy, they keep saying he's the idol from the police academy. And yeah, he definitely has very attractive features. And I think that's why I liked him in The Glory, even though he was a terrible, evil character. But in this Korean drama, Not Others, he is especially cranky and just cranky. He's just a cranky soul. He just plays it so well. I'm not sure if I don't know if he is a cranky person in his real life or if he's just really especially good at playing a cranky person. But yeah, whoops, the mic fell off. So yeah, he's just a very good cranky person. I especially like this K-drama because of him. So I think he plays it really well. And I'd like to say, the guy is a very attractive person regardless, but I almost feel like they did something in the Korean drama to make it so they went on a trip. The trip was just a weird, oddly placed vacation with the mom, this random guy who happened to just show up in the K-drama, and then the dad. So they all went on a trip together and they left behind the leading man. And in that whole episode, you only see that guy once, very briefly on the phone, and it looked like he was kind of like having, I don't know, he looked grouchy there as well, so I don't know. Like, I think he's having a hard time. And so then when they came back in next episodes, he looked noticeably bloated. Like, he looks like he kind of gained a little bit of weight because he is his face is normally very thin. So I'm like, what was he doing in the time from like episode 1 and 2 to the current episodes where he just looks like, honestly, he looks like he's been eating ramen every night with a lot of sodium, a lot of kimchi, and like maybe gorging on bacon. The guy looks like he's been eating a lot at night. So I'm not sure why. Yeah, ramen has a lot of sodium, so he looks just especially bloated, which is weird because during filming, of any drama or any type of movie or anything, you would think like somebody wouldn't be wanting to look bloated. I don't know. So that's just kind of a outside observation. It doesn't have anything to do with the Korean drama, but I almost feel like maybe something happened to him. Maybe he was not feeling well, because he actually doesn't look like, maybe that's why he also kind of looks a little bit cranky, because he's actually physically not feeling well. And then he was loading up on foods to recover from whatever, I don't know, illness he had. And now maybe he's back to getting a little bit healthier. Because I'm like, what happened to this actor? Why is his character so now bloated looking, plus cranky, plus tired? Because he doesn't normally look like that. I just thought it was a little bit weird. Maybe he was actually sick in real life, and so they had to like write a story around him being ill. Because a lot of times Korean dramas, they actually film pretty much back to back to back. Oh, hey Taylor. I'm actually talking about Not Others, the Korean drama that I'm watching on Viki. It is super good. I really am liking Not Others. Very fun K-drama. It's really cute. Like, and Soo-young is such a tomboy in this K-drama, and she's from the Girls' Generation K-pop group from a while back. Like, that they debuted maybe more than 10 years ago, maybe 13 years ago, or somewhere around there. So anyways, I feel like they debuted so long ago that now there's so many girl groups and boy groups that have been, you know, passing through. But I still like Girls' Generation, and I think a lot of the ladies that were from that group are very talented. But anyways, her character in this drama, so she is the daughter of an unwed mother in this K-drama. And so I feel like in this Korean drama, she is very much a police person, or a police person. And also, like, I know that the grouchy guy, the police captain or chief, he kind of has feelings towards Soo-young's character, because he wasn't exactly thrilled about the fact that she went on a vacation with some guy from her elementary school. That also was a little weird. I just feel like the timing of that wasn't like, it was a little bit awkward. It was a little awkward. So, but yeah, I really am enjoying that K-drama. I like that one, and I also have talked quite a bit about The Real Has Come, because that one's really good. We're already on episode 13, and I was kind of looking at the information before watching that Korean drama, and it looks like I've been watching it since April of this year. So that Korean drama has been with me for quite some time. It's been a long time for me to watch this Korean drama. So I really have enjoyed The Real Has Come. I'm gonna be sad when it ends, because if we're already on episode 30-ish, no, we're pretty far along. So I almost feel like there's only like 10 or 15 more episodes to go before we're wrapped up and we no longer have that family to hang out with on the weekends. Viki is a little bit slow in, I guess, doing the English translations for some of the episodes. Like it's like, it's gonna be out today, but it'll be like 10 p.m. It's still not out. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go to sleep. But yeah, really have enjoyed those two K-dramas. And so I was talking about Obsessed, Korean movie with Song Seung-hoon and Lim Ji-yeon the other day, and I had mentioned that the Korean entertainment circle is so small, there's really no degree of separation. So I was chatting with one of my girlfriends last night about Korean dramas, and she said, that she is also really enjoying Not Others, just because the guys, they're so funny. It's like they're very quirky characters. And she did not know that the lead guy, the cranky police captain, that he was also the really evil, mean, bad character in The Glory. She's like, oh, he looks so different. And I guess like the hairstyle is very different, because in The Glory, his hair was kind of in a longer mullet style. But in this Korean drama, it's way more, I guess you could say it's, well, it's very clean cut, which I prefer, but you know, I'm not the person who is him, who's like dictating his hairstyles. So I'm sure he could have whatever hairstyle that he wants. But yeah, so she was saying that the mom in Not Others, who was also the mean lady in the Song Seung-ho movie, Obsessed, she is married to the second lead guy from Coffee Prince. And that is with one of our favorite Korean actors, Gong Yoo. So yeah, it's just such a tiny little circle of like Korean entertainment. So, but that is what I am enjoying. I was also kind of considering watching a different Song Seung-hoon K-drama called, I don't even know what it's called. But I stopped watching it because I'm like, no, it's too dated, and I never really enjoyed it the first time around, so I'm not gonna watch it again. So yeah. But then I do really enjoy the Korean drama series that I've also been watching on Netflix, King the Land. And my friend from last night, she's like, she didn't really enjoy it. It was just too romantic, too nicey nice. There wasn't any drama, there wasn't intrigue. Everything just kind of went as planned. Everybody was just super, very like, too much was going their way. I mean, they did have some setbacks, but they didn't have anything really difficult to overcome. I mean, everything was resolved within the episodes. They went on a fun trip to Thailand though. So I gotta say that their Thailand trip looked amazing. I would love to go to Thailand as well, just because it's on my bucket list and I really wanna go to Thailand. So that's kind of the gist of Not Others. It's about a police story. It's about Soo Young's character, and she's the daughter of an unwed mother. And I gotta say, the unwed mother, she really took care of her daughter over the very many years. She had opportunities to date different guys. She dated a lot. And so one man wanted to marry her, but he said that she had to get rid of the daughter if they were to get together, and she didn't want to do that. And some of the ladies at the beauty shop where they were hanging out, when they heard that, they're like, well, your daughter's like goldfish poop. It's like the poop, the dangling thing that just kind of sticks onto the goldfish, won't let go, and you can't get away from. So the mom actually beat up a bunch of the ladies at the beauty shop, which is pretty funny. And then, so what I wanted to say earlier about the dinner that I had last night with my friend, we went to Major Domo, which is a Los Angeles-based restaurant from the same owner as Momofuku in New York, Manhattan. So it was a really good dinner. It ended up being $200 per person. It was just the two of us. I don't even know what we ate, and I just felt like it was fine. I don't know if it was $200 worth. I think it would have been better had we gone with a few more people and tried more dishes. But the food was good. Like, granted, it was pretty good food. I don't know if it was worth the $200. I think I would say it was worth $150 with drinks and tax and tip, because like it wasn't amazing. It was just kind of fine. But good. I'm glad I was out with her. So the table next to us was David Cho, I believe his name is, and the six, and then his dinner person also at the table supposedly was the sixth richest man in the world. He is someone who owns the Clippers, somebody who was a co-founder of Microsoft. I don't remember his name. I'm sure people can look him up if you really wanted to. But yeah, and I recognized David Cho just because he was wearing a very fancy kind of outfit. It wasn't like, had he not worn the top that he was wearing, I would have just thought he was just some other Asian guy, nondescript. But because he wore something extra like loud and kind of very, I don't know, flashy, it was like, okay, this guy must be entertainment. And then he just reminded me of what I think was either David Cho or Mike Cho. I don't remember, but he's the guy who is in Netflix Beef with Steven Yeun and Ali Wong. So yeah, I think somebody like went up to him and took a picture with him. I'm like, oh, it's got to be that guy. So afterwards, I think he was just sitting by himself. So I was like, oh, I had your comic book from decades ago. So this guy, he had advertised that he was selling his comic book magazine decades ago. And he's like, oh yeah, I think there was only one or two generations of his comic book series. But he is a very talented artist, but I think he's also someone who has some negative press about him. And, granted, I believe he was incarcerated, but I'm not sure. I don't know all the details, and so you can all look it up and Google it yourself. He seemed fine, and he seemed like he was pitching something to the sixth richest man in the world. And it's pretty funny because one person came up to the table and wanted a picture with David Cho. Then later on, someone wanted a picture with the really, really rich guy. And then like we were in between the table over on this side, it was actually with David Cho and the rich guy. But on this side, they must be finance bros, or they must be, I don't think they're in the entertainment industry. I think they're finance guys. So they're trying to take a picture, so I duck. I do not like being in other people's photos. I just find it to be, I don't know what they're gonna do with the photos. I don't like being in other people's photos. I mean, I don't know what people do with some of my video content, but whatever, that's on them. But yeah, so I ducked, so I wasn't gonna be in their photo. And then later on, they were like, oh, do you know who that guy is? He's the owner of the Clippers. Then I got him confused with the previous owner of the Clippers. And I was like, oh, that guy Silverman? They're like, no, Sterling, but that's the previous owner. This guy's the new owner, and he's really mega rich. And I'm like, okay. It was kind of a funny dinner time. And but yeah, that Sterling guy got also in trouble for using inappropriate words, and I think he had to sell the Clippers just because of inappropriate type of stuff. But yeah, that's like a different league of individuals. Like they're just kind of living in their own universe, their different social strata. But I thought it was interesting. And I'm like, and then my friend's like, so did you get a picture of him? He's like, yeah, he actually was in the shots. But I'm like, why would you take a random shot of a selfie where you're taking a photo of that guy without him really knowing it? I'm sure he knows. I'm sure like I could tell like the guy was taking a photo and I would be in it. So I'm sure that the rich guy knows. I'm surprised he didn't have any bodyguards with him. But I mean, ooh, maybe his bodyguards were standing outside. Yeah, well, I doubt anybody's gonna kidnap him at a upscale restaurant, but there have been some robberies out in Beverly Hills where people have been held at gunpoint for their jewelry, cash, their phones, just terrible things. That kind of sucks. But after dinner, we went to go grab drinks at one of my favorite places, which is the Ace Hotel, at the rooftop bar, it's still pretty nice. It looks a little bit different. They didn't have a DJ, but I guess it was a weekend night. But it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun, pretty cool vibe. Very industry people, and it was packed on a Tuesday night, so very interesting. And now that's kind of to the third topic that I had mentioned that I was going to chat about. So diet and exercise, I feel like back in the day when I was younger, I couldn't get enough calories because I guess genetically, my sister and we were both very thin on the skinny skeletal side growing up, just because either we didn't eat very much or we weren't fed very much, but also we have small build. It wasn't until later on when I was eating more foods through cafeteria at school lunches and then at college, I don't know, I just then kind of grew more because I was getting better nutrition. Fast forward many decades, now I think, your body slows down or, different things happen, but now it's like fighting off the chubby chunkiness and, not to trigger anybody who might be having a new diet or I don't know. I don't want to say anything to upset anybody with their eating habits, but yeah, definitely now eating these days, it's completely, well, not completely, but it's fairly opposite of what it used to be in terms of my nutrition. So now, yeah. But I was also, now I just realized in the last couple of days, last few weeks, that I eat or have been eating about 3,000 to 5,000 calories a day, which is kind of a lot. I didn't really look at the calorie count because I was like, oh, well, it's whole foods. It's being recommended by all the doctors and the experts and these podcast experts and these social media experts. So they were all saying that this was excellent food to have. People who are going to be eating this is going to be super healthy. It should keep you in, not ketosis, but it should be just easily digestible. When I looked at the quantity that they're recommending, it is a quarter. Yeah, more than a quarter less than what I actually eat. No, honestly, actually, I said that wrong. If I took a quarter size to 1/5 of the portion that I'm eating per each day, that would be the recommended daily amount that I should be eating. I'm not. I'm eating 3 to 5 times the amount that I think that they're recommending, because I was like, oh, maybe that's why it's not, why my clothes aren't fitting correctly. So yeah, now that I know, but gosh, I've been really also enjoying pistachios, cashews, walnuts, because I heard seeds and nuts were supposed to be very good fats for people. Not in the quantity that I'm eating. Avocado, again, not in the quantity I'm eating. The female doctor who's supposed to be very knowledgeable, she's like a quarter of an avocado per your meal for the entire day. I eat a whole one in one meal, and if I'm feeling it, I will eat a second one in a different meal. So yeah, I'm eating triple to quadruple, maybe more, of the recommended calorie intake. That would be an oops. Oh well, I don't think anybody cares. But it is the level that I eat. It's a lot. So yeah, but that's kind of the whole gist of the conversation. That's what I just wanted to chat about today. Is really enjoyed the last episode of The Others, and then that's it. So thank you for watching. I may do another live later. Oh, I did go to Apple Store, and so I have dropped this particular phone so many times that I now have the pixel inside the phone is damaged and it's spreading. So there's a problem with what I see on screen. It's not correct. And so now what I'm doing is I'm going to the Apple Store to really thoughtfully make my next purchase. So I was kind of thinking an iPhone mini, just because, well, it might be just the phone itself might be too big, and maybe that's why I'm dropping it. But then, like, the whole story about, you know, people getting robbed from their phones, and I'm like, well, I don't like the phone that much. I don't need that nice of a phone. So then I'm actually thinking about getting an iPad that's Wi-Fi cellular, switching out my SIM card for one of my phones, because I've got two. I don't need two phones, I just need one. But I do need a backup thing for stuff that I do online for different reasons. But so I'm gonna switch out that SIM card for the iPad with Wi-Fi and cellular. And then with the phone that I have for that phone, I'm going to switch it out for this phone. And then this Apple phone that's broken, I'm going to then send it on its way back to the Apple store. Maybe they can, I don't know, refurbish it, or they can somehow do something to make it better. Or they might not be able to make it better. It's a little bit, I don't know. Yeah. I can't believe how much I got chunky over the past 6 months. It's kind of crazy. I think, well, I know what it's from. It's from just eating a ton of food, but even my face feels very chubby. Thanks. Okay, I'm now wrapping it up. I do appreciate all your time. If you would like, please subscribe and follow, and I will